นี่อันนี้เป็น summary ของ SDG2 นะครับ
SDG2 is focused on achieving zero hunger. It's comprised of 8 targets, 5 of which explain the substantive and 3 of which explain our means of implementation. SDG2 covers a range of topics related to ending hunger, including achieving food security, improving nutrition, empowering small-scale farmers, and promoting sustainable agriculture. SDG2 is closely linked with many other SDGs, including no poverty, gender equality, decent work, and all the environmentally related goals because, of course, we get our food from nature. The first target is really focused on the quantity of food and is measured by both the prevalence of undernourishment and food insecurity in populations. Undernourishment is when a person is not able to acquire enough food to meet daily minimum energy requirements over a period of 1 year. Food insecurity, on the other hand, is defined as the disruption of food intake or eating patterns, which is usually due to a lack of money and other resources, but can also be attributed to physical barriers as well. We currently have more than 690 million people, or 8.9% of the world's population, that are undernourished. This points to an interesting and worrying dynamic globally, which was after a decade of improvement on combating hunger, we have been increasing steadily since 2015. Most of the world's undernourished people live in Asia and Africa, and 70% of the people facing chronic hunger are women and girls. 2 billion people in the world face food insecurity, and close to 750 million, or 1 in 10, were exposed to severe levels of food insecurity. It is still unknown how COVID will impact global hunger rates, but it is believed that it could push as many as 121 million more people into acute food insecurity. Unlike the first target that focuses on the quantity of food, this second target focuses on forms of malnutrition, including being underweight and overweight. Malnutrition is deficiencies, excesses, or imbalances in a person's intake of energy or nutrients. Malnutrition affects every country on the planet. Approximately 1.9 billion adults are overweight, while simultaneously 462 million are underweight. Approximately 41 million children under the age of 5 are overweight or obese, while at the same time 159 million are stunted and 50 million are wasted. The third target looks at the productivity and incomes of small-scale food producers. There are over 500 million small farms worldwide that provide up to 80% of the food consumed in most of the developing world. Agriculture is the single largest employer in the world, providing livelihoods for 40% of today's global population. It is important that smallholder farmers are protected and that rural development takes place to allow them a strong livelihood. Women also need to be better engaged. It is estimated that if women had the same resources as men in farming, the number of hungry people in the world could be reduced up to 150 million. The fourth target focuses on ensuring a sustainable food production system. This includes all 3 dimensions of sustainability: economic, social, and environmental. The economic dimension refers to productivity and profitability of the agricultural system and livelihoods for farmers and other agricultural workers. The social dimension focuses on the well-being of workers on farms and in the food supply chain, as well as the benefits to rural and local communities. The environmental dimension includes promoting soil health, minimizing water use, and lowering levels of pollution associated with agriculture. And again, we do not have clear data on this particular target. The fifth target is all around maintaining the genetic diversity of seeds and other species that we rely on for food production. Having genetic diversity allows for everyone to reap the benefits of that diversity. Diversity is important for resilience, for creating higher nutritional value food and higher yields, for being more resource efficient, and for providing better livelihoods for farmers. Sadly, since the 1900s, 75% of crop diversity has been lost, and the remaining 25% is expected to become extinct by 2050. Luckily, gene banks around the world are holding close to an estimated 5.4 million varieties, which has been continually growing over time. In terms of means of implementation, we have the first one focused on increasing investment, the second on correcting and preventing trade restrictions and distortions in world agricultural markets, and the third on adopting measures to ensure the proper functioning of food commodity markets. You'll notice based on these that the finance and trade systems are intrinsically linked with our agricultural systems. And that is SDG2, Zero Hunger. And that's it. That's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for sticking with me until the end of the video. I know there is so much in these videos around each of the SDGs, but I really appreciate you being enthusiastic learners. As I mentioned at the top of the video, I always prepare a blog post that summarizes the entire topic and provides links to my research as well as resources where you can continue your learning and exploring this topic if it's of interest to you. And importantly, I always include one or two organizations who work in this space that you may choose to follow or support if you are really passionate about this topic. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it and I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, keep fighting the good fight. Bye!
กดอะไรไม่รู้อันนี้ก็คือ SDG2 นะครับ มีคำถามอะไรไหม มีคำถามอะไรไหมครับก็อันนี้จริงๆมันก็เนื้อหาค่อนข้างเยอะนะครับ แล้วก็ที่ผมโน้ตให้คุณไม่กี่หน้านั่นนะผมใช้เวลา 3-4 ชั่วโมงเลยนะ เพราะว่าบางประเด็นฟังก็ไม่ค่อยเข้าใจก็เลยต้องนั่งคิดฟังหลายรอบหน่อยถ้าไม่มีคำถามนี่เดี๋ยวจะส่งไม้ต่อให้คุณเอางานคุณมาเล่าให้ฟังบ้างแล้วนะครับ